Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. You're listening to our Dungeons and Dragons game. I'm your host, the Dungeon Master, and when we last left our adventurers, they had obtained the red, orange, yellow, green, and blue pieces of the Rod of Seven Parts. And in this adventure, they're after the sixth piece of the rod, which is the indigo colored component. But before we get into all that, smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and leave us a comment. That helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, but also we love hearing from you guys. We've got a great community here, and it's all thanks to you. So thank you so much for being here. So, all that said, let's dive in. The prologue to today's story takes place in the demi-plane of Dread, also known as Ravenloft, where the PCs encounter a man named Jory Stobble, who tells them that he is a vampire hunter. He has heard of the rod and says that it is said to be in an unhallowed place near here. So he guides them to the Forgotten Temple, which brings us to the main plot. When the party gets there and they see that the temple is made mostly of marble and granite, the windows are glass steel and they are not terribly pleasant to look at, showing scenes of death, suffering, and carnage. They reminded worshippers what would await them if they offended their evil deity. The party enters the temple and it has high vaulted ceilings. Moonlight filters in through the stained glass windows, filling the interior with thick masses of blue and brown shadows. Sound carries well here. A normal conversation is audible 70 feet away, and combat will be heard anywhere in the building unless there is a closed door between the fight and the listener. Because of this, Jory tells the party that they are too loud for his tastes, so he leaves. Interestingly enough, though, he's actually a spider demon disguised as a human, and the players did not trust him at all. I thought it was interesting that they picked up on that. Anyway, so where they are currently at, they see a wide flight of steps that leads up about 8 feet to a long stone wall with three doorways. The center entrance is 10 feet wide and 18 feet high. It has a pair of iron doors embossed with grinning skulls. The two side doors are similar in appearance but smaller, about 5 feet wide and 8 feet tall. A frieze above the doorway depicts all sorts of carnivorous animals and monsters devouring their prey. Above the frieze, stone vultures leer down at the party. None of the doors are locked. The huge center doors swing inward silently when opened. In room number 2, the player characters find a hallway that leads to a round chamber several paces across. An octagonal pool with a polished copper liner lies flush with the floor and fills most of the room. The water in the pool is about 6 inches deep. Both water and liner gleam in the moonlight. The floor around the pool is paved with smooth black tiles. They seem to be dry, but they have a slippery look to them. Three stained glass windows here show scenes of watery doom, a flood, a tidal wave, and a sinking ship. Eliza, the air maiden, immediately distrusts the water in this evil baptismal font, and she was right to mistrust it because this is actually a water weird, and on its turn, it summons three water elementals. Arthur kills one of the elementals with Dagda's club. Valerius, that is made out of those panther-shaped clockwork shield guardians, it kills one of the other elementals with its sword. And Ethelhina banishes one to the elemental plane of water from whence it came. Eliza Yole kills the water weird then using her ice sword. After that, the PCs go into room number 3, which is the side chapel, and nothing of consequence is in here at all. After that, they go to room 4, which is the nave. In this room, they encounter a black Abishai, which is a kind of demon, and Eliza Yole uses her holy weapons to kill it. After that, the PCs go into room number 5 and 5A, and there's not really anything in here worth talking about either. After that, the PCs go into room number 6, which is the low altar. Nothing of consequence happens in here. After that, it's room 7. Again, nothing really happens here. But then they go to 7A, where they encounter 9 whites. And this was the biggest fight of the entire night, and it was awful. Everything went wrong for a very long time until finally Arthur rolled 3 natural 20s in a row. His critical hit demoralized the enemies, and that seemed to kind of turn the tide. Arthur then killed 2 whites. Valerius killed 2 whites. Max killed 1 using lightning from Grabthar's hammer. Eliza killed 1, and Bart killed 1. After that, the PCs go to room number 8, which is the West Chapel. And again, nothing of consequence happens in here. After that, though, the PCs go into room number 9, which is the High Priest's quarters, where they encounter a greater mummy. Max hit it with lightning. Eliza did damage with her ice sword. And finally, Bart's breath weapon finished it off. After that, the PCs go to room number 10, aka the Master's quarters, where they see a pit fiend with the indigo segment of the Rod of 7 parts. This was another really frustrating battle where everything seemed to go wrong for everybody except for Bart, who kept hitting the demon with his breath weapon, and slowly but surely, the demon's hit points kept getting lower and lower, and it was all thanks to Bart. Then, just when Bart was going to finish this thing off, Arthur finally managed to land a hit, which just so happened to be the last hit they needed to take the hit points down and finally kill this demon. So Bart was really mad that he did all the work, but Arthur was the guy who got in that last hit. And that brings us to the epilogue. The player characters acquire the indigo piece of the Rod of 7 parts, and it guides them to the next piece that they need, which is in the Citadel of Chaos, in the plane of chaos known as Pandemonium. So using the 6 segments of the Rod of 7 parts, Arthur opens a portal to their next destination. And as soon as they arrive, the party gets hit by mystic winds of insanity, which force everyone in the party to make a saving throw versus insanity, and about half of them fail their roll, which is a story for another day. And this seems like a good stopping point. Hopefully you hopefully you enjoyed hearing this. If so, smash like, make sure you're subscribed, leave us a comment, all that jazz. And from everyone here at our D&D game, we hope you have a good one, and we will see you in the next adventure. Bye.